Hello, hello, it's Tash and Ro.
Welcome to or welcome back to
It's Saturday.
your personal self-care pod where you can escape the work week and unwind with your two besties.
No matter what day of the week it is, but for us, it's Saturday. Yay!
Hey, we're back, baby.
Oh my gosh, I needed this tonight.
I know, honestly, me too. I feel like the winter blues are hitting.
Yes, except I will say I was walking Stark tonight and the sunset was so beautiful and I was like, what time is it? And it was like 4:50 and I was like, oh, we're making progress.
You sent me that thing. It was like every day it's just getting longer, but you're going to get like 30 minutes
in like
or something.
70 days, like the sun will set at like 8 p.m. again. So
Oh, thank God.
I'm waiting for that.
We need it. It was minus 60 in Edmonton this week. With the wind chill, like minus 60, guys. I've never seen this.
I didn't even know that that was possible unless you were in Antarctica. But apparently Canada is close to that. So
I feel so bad. My cousin just moved to Canada from Iran. This is her first
to Edmonton.
to Edmonton.
Stop.
It's her first year here. She couldn't come to Canada, like Ottawa, sorry, because like they obviously want immigrants to go to unpopulated places, like not
so
Toronto,
you don't really
Vancouver.
you don't really get a say in where you go.
Not really. So she ended
annoying.
up in Edmonton, and I'm so scared she's gonna get scared off because this is her first time here, and it's minus 60.
At least it will probably never, ever, ever be as bad as this.
Yeah.
That sucks though. Yeah, like if your skin is exposed for like 2 minutes, you're gonna get frostbite.
Gasoline. I'm pretty sure your cars don't run. Your car can't run.
Yeah.
That's
oh my God.
minus 60. I'm pretty sure gasoline like freezes.
Also, all the homeless people, like, what are they doing?
I actually don't know what they're doing with that.
That's really scary.
So
And
scary.
all like the stray animals, or even just like regular animals that are hibernating. Like that's freaking cool.
That's so cold. Oh my God, no, thank you.
No, even today it was like minus 25 in the morning, and I was like,
no,
I don't want to live here anymore. I don't want to live here.
Miami's looking real good.
Miami, Italy, Vegas. Take me anywhere.
Literally.
Fuck.
Oh my God. Okay, tell me about your weekend. You had your first POW day.
Oh my gosh, guys. I've never experienced, you know what like a POW day is?
It's when
like
it's fresh snow.
Fresh, like
Why is it called
fluffy.
POW?
I don't know. Some friggin' skier made this slang up back in the day. So it was my first POW day. Matt has experienced lots of POW days, but this was my first one. And it was definitely my like favorite ski day I've ever done, which is kind of nice because the day before I was supposed to ski on Saturday, but the conditions were really, really bad. So I didn't end up going because the gondola wasn't open. Like you could barely see anything. It was a hot mess. And I was like, maybe not. But then the next day, all this fresh snow, like the skiing, you just literally feel like you're flying. You're just like gliding down the mountain. Like you're not hitting ice because the previous weekend it was so icy. So just like the runs just felt completely different, which is a fresh slate of snow. We went pretty early. Like we got to the hill around like 9:30.
Okay.
And then we skied until like 1:30 and it was so magical.
So it's not
fun.
overrated. That's why a lot of people go to like places that aren't skied on a lot.
Yeah.
Because it probably is like such a nicer time.
It's so much better. Like I can't even compare it now. And now that I've had a taste of it, I'm like, I want more POW.
Oh, POW.
I'm going to chase the POW. Yeah, it was so good. And then Matt's cousin was visiting from Vancouver at a conference in Montebello. So then he came up and he was skiing with us and we went to Lucille's for dinner.
Yeah.
And have you got a chance to go to Lucille's
No,
yet?
but I've heard about it.
Okay, so it used to be this bar called Casey's, which was like a pub, and then Casey's got sold and they turned it into Lucille's, which is a steakhouse and like a seafood spot. And every time I go there, I've been dreaming of getting the lobster poutine, but I never get it because it's like expensive and it's kind of like, it's a lot. Like a lobster poutine, like it seems kind of extra. And I was actually going to get the linguine, seafood linguine. Cause I was like, oh, I can't remember the last time I had a seafood linguine. Like I really want to get that. And then Richard's like, that's what we had last night for dinner, like at home. And I was like, oh yeah, we literally ate that last night. He's like, get something different. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to get the lobster poutine. And then Matt and I shared it. And then we shared like a steak and whatever. Dude, this thing was so decadent.
Yeah.
It's one of those things where like, I'm so glad I got it, but I probably won't have it again for like another like 5 years. Cause it was just like,
it was a lot.
It was a
heavy.
lot. There was a lot going on. It was heavy. Instead of gravy, they did like the peppercorn sauce that comes with the steak. So it was kind of like a bit of a spice to it that was good because it matched the sweetness of the savoriness of the lobster. Anyway, if you ever get a chance to eat a lobster poutine, I would highly recommend that you take it.
Yeah.
Because where do you go that has a lobster poutine?
I've never even heard of that.
Right?
Like I've heard of dill pickle poutine from Harvey's. I've heard of a lot of different poutines.
You can have like 10 of those for the price of this poutine probably. But yeah, it was delicious. And if you guys are ever in Tremblant, like definitely check out Lucille's. It's a really good spot on the hill and it's so yummy. They have $1 oysters too. Oh my God. They're definitely smaller, but like
I love oysters.
We should go there for when we go to Caribou Cup when we have a girls' weekend, because we were supposed to do that last year and then we didn't make it happen. But if we did a nice like Lucille's dinner, I feel like that could be a good time.
Yes, 100%.
Yeah.
And you got a treadmill. Tell me about this.
Okay,
I've been waiting for this story because I was like, don't spoil it, don't tell me. I want to talk about it on the pod.
How much of a manifester am I? First of all, last episode I was saying I want a treadmill. I'm like, you got a treadmill, Camilla got a treadmill. I feel like a bunch of the girls are getting treadmills. You're doing the 12-3-30. You're gonna be fit as fuck in Italy, and I'm like, fuck, I gotta get a treadmill. So I've been looking around because Facebook Marketplace, you can get a treadmill for like $200, $150, $200. So I was like, I feel like that's so reasonable. So I've been trying to message, but I feel like every time you message someone before they respond, like it's sold already. Like they go like hotcakes. Anyway, so we're coming back from the cottage. We're literally an hour outside of Ottawa. And I'm like, I'm just going to look and see like what's going on in Facebook Marketplace. One comes up literally pretty much the moment I went on Facebook Marketplace. It just like went live. Free treadmill. The only catch is that it doesn't display the distance that you've ran or walked. So the time works, everything works totally fine with it. It just doesn't display this distance.
Which is fine because you have an Apple Watch.
Exactly. So I was like,
need that.
Holy
need
shit,
the distance.
Free treadmill. So I messaged this guy. Also, the guy spelt it TRADMILL, like treadmill. So I was kind of like, I don't know. You didn't spell check your ad. Are you weird? Are you not? I'm not sure.
He's like, it's free. I don't care.
Yeah, exactly.
Take it or leave it.
Take it or leave it. So I messaged him. I was like, hey, like, what's the catch? He explained that everything works except for this. And I was like, okay, whereabouts do you live? He says Alta Vista. And I'm like,
it was meant to be.
Are you kidding me? I live in Alta Vista. I check his address. He's a 4-minute drive from our house.
Oh my God.
He's like, you're going to need a truck. Showing us like how it works and whatever, and that it's not like broken. It's not broken. It took him so long to take it apart. And he was like, oh, I don't really remember like what I did here. Like, should I get a drill? Should I do that? It took like an hour for him to like take it apart. This thing is so fucking heavy also.
Yeah, treadmills
so like
are heavy.
Matt and the guy had to like put it in the truck. It barely fit in the Ford Ranger.
Oh no.
We had to like loop it with this rope. Like literally, if we weren't going more than 5 minutes, like we wouldn't have been able to take it probably because this thing was just like, it's like a one you would have at like a gym. Like this is like a factory made like Nordique, like it's huge. Anyway, so we bring it to the house, everything's good. Then we have to put it together the next day, and that took like another like an hour and a half, 2 hours just to put it together because some pieces just weren't working right. Like this thing it's pretty old. It's probably like 20 years old, 10 years old. Anyway, Matt freaking hates this treadmill because it took so long to like get it into the car and like take it apart. Then we had to put it together. Then we were like plugging it in. It's like not working right away. Ends up working, but I'm just like, I'm so happy with this treadmill.
Oh, thank God you got it.
I've been doing the 12-3-30 every day since we put it together. And the fact that it's like minus 25 right now, and if I want to go for a run in the basin, I can.
It's so nice, honestly.
Oh my God.
I was the one who was kind of like, I don't really care about this treadmill because my dad had a treadmill. Like growing up, we had a treadmill that I barely used because I just wasn't into it back then. And Farza was like, this treadmill like your dad has, we have to bring it. And I was kind of like, yeah, whatever. Like I was kind of like, whatever about it. I feel like I'm using the treadmill way more than he is.
Oh, you're on it every day.
Every day I'm using it. So I'm like, thank God he like pushed me to get this treadmill because it was also a bitch to bring. Like it was so heavy.
How did you bring it down
your
stairs?
It was just me and Farza. Like
no.
we brought it all the way up the stairs into the like
Oh my God.
It was really heavy. But then my brother was here to help us down these stairs because it's an unfinished basement. So it's like, it was a little bit sketchy, but I was like there to like direct them. But it was like 150 pounds. Like it's so,
at least it's so heavy. And it's just like an awkward, awkward way the weight is distributed. And like, there's nothing to really grip on it in a certain way. So like when we brought it to our house, actually, like Matt's like, there's no way you're going to be able to help me bring this in. And I like tried and I'm like, yeah, no. So we called Willie, God bless Will Lister, and he just like popped over and like helped us bring it in, which was really nice of him. That's why he's the best man.
Oh my God. But now you have it. And honestly, guys, treadmills are underrated. Like if you can get a treadmill, even like a cheap one, it doesn't even need to be a really expensive one, just to get your steps in.
Dude,
really makes a difference.
I never went on the treadmill at the gym, and now I'm like, maybe I'm in the honeymoon phase, but like I feel like I'm going to use this thing like all the time.
Do you know what's the best thing to watch when you're on the treadmill?
Real Housewives?
Real Housewives? Love Island. Just started. Love Island All Stars. All Stars. It just started. There's only 2 episodes out.
How did I not know this?
It just started. I put it on the
Hell
notes.
yeah, brother.
Because they're all so fit that you're like, I gotta work out.
Yes. I'm gonna be doing like the 12-3, like 120 just to watch 2 episodes.
Oh my God, that's so fun. Okay, I want to talk about my weekend because something funny happened to me. We on Saturday had plans to go to my in-laws' house for dinner and have like a game night, and we're in the car on the way there, like car's packed, like we got Nova, all this stuff, and I realized I forgot my phone at home.
Oh my God, you forget your phone, I forget my watch. What's wrong with us?
Literally, I see on my watch that it says like the no phone thing.
Yes.
And we're already like on our way, and I'm not gonna make him turn around.
The weather's probably bad.
Yeah, to go get my phone. But it was just such a weird feeling to like, we left at like 6 and I didn't have my phone we were there till like 11 p.m. I did not have my phone for like 5-6 hours. And it felt so weird, like to not have it. Cause I'm like, oh my God, what if someone's trying to contact me? What if something like emergency happens?
What
like,
if the pod went viral?
It was such a weird feeling, but then it was also so freeing because we were there like having a game night, and I'm so invested in the game because I have literally no other distractions. Like I have my watch, but it doesn't work without my phone, so it's just a watch.
Yeah, just tells the time.
Yeah, just tells the times. And it was just nice, and also just reminded me how much we're so addicted to our phones.
Oh my God, it's really
like I almost used Farzad's phone to text you to be like, I don't have my phone in case you're trying to reach me, like as if I thought there was going to be some kind of emergency. Like I was going to text my mom, you, and a few other people to be like, hey guys, just in case like you're trying to reach me in this next 5 hours, like. Oh my God. And then I got home and there was like no text. I'm like, oh.
You're like, I'm actually not that important. Damn it.
Actually, no one's dying.
Do you find you had like phantom like limbs where you kind of like would like go to like grab for your phone? It's not there. Like when I don't wear my watch, yesterday I forgot to bring my watch to work. I worked out, charged my watch, and then forgot to bring it. And I must have looked at my wrist like 30 times. So I feel like your phone too, you just are kind of like, oh no, I don't have it.
Yeah. Yeah. Or I would look at my watch to see if I had any notifications, but I'm like, I don't have any notifications because I don't have my phone. Yeah. You know? So anyway, this is just a reminder to sometimes maybe take a break from your phone, because it was really actually such a nice evening to just not having my phone.
Yeah, especially when you're with family.
Yeah.
Like that reminds me, I was like looking at this video and it was this guy, and he was talking about the moment you have your phone out, like let's say you're out to dinner and you put your phone on the table, or you're with family, you're playing games, your phone's on the table. That's just like is low-key signaling to everyone around you that like they're just like not as important as whatever's going on here. Whoa. Whatever's going on your phone. So it's kind of like, I don't know. It's like, obviously it's a bit rude, and it's just like, be more present, because once that phone comes out, it's kind of like telling everyone around you like, oh, I have something better here, or something more interesting is going to come up, and I'm going to use this as an excuse when like I'm feeling a little awkward or just not entertained.
Yep.
So it's good. Even if you have your phone and you're like out at dinner or something, like just put your phone away.
Put your phone away. I even feel like when we have guests here on the pod, like we always tell them like our phone is here because our notes are on the phone.
Yeah.
Because anybody who wouldn't know that would just think I'm like, our guest is talking and I'm just looking at my phone. Obviously, I'm not just looking at Instagram or something, but we have notes on here. But I do agree that would definitely have an impact.
For sure.
But yeah, we just had a family game night. We played Catan, and
so fun.
And we also, me and Farzad have been just like trying to like not watch TV every night, and like doing like activities and things.
Oh my God, I love that.
Yeah, so that was like one of our things for 2024 was just like less screen time. Yeah. So anyway, we've been playing Risk, which is like another board game that you can play. I think it's up to like 5 people, but you can play 2 people if you want.
I didn't know it's a 2-person game.
Which I find there's no person like games that there's not that many
Yeah, then like Scrabble.
Yeah. Most games are like 3 or more.
Yeah.
But this one you can play 2-player, and it's a really long game. Like you saw, it's still
there, guys. I walked in, I was like, oh.
It's still on our dining room table because we're just like, this is just not going to be a one night game. So last night we played for a few hours. It's really fun. It's a really fun game, but yeah, it's definitely one that like, it's long. It's a really long game.
Yeah, our neighbors, like mostly Sam, wants us to come over to play Risk, and he's like, don't worry, I have this 17-minute long video to show you how to play it, and then we'll dive right in. And I'm like, this is gonna be like a 5-hour like game night at your house, but I'm down. I'm super down.
17-minute video just to explain the rules.
I'm like, I'll watch the video before and then I'll come over and play. But I can't remember. I don't know if I've ever even played Risk before. It's like trying to take over the world, right?
Yeah, it's like, it's pretty much like you have little soldiers and you are like attacking people, and you're pretty much, it's just a chance game. You're rolling dice. It's really fun. Okay. I feel like you would really enjoy it.
There's a lot of strategy.
There is some strategy. There's a good amount of strategy to it. But it's also just like exhilarating because you're just like throwing dice, and it can go wrong real quick. Like last night I was losing hard, and then I just like picked it up because I rolled like 6s in a row, and I was like, boom. Like, it's just like fun to like redeem redemption and stuff. So anyway,
oh my god, I love
definitely
that.
recommend playing that. And then on Sundays, so funny, I went to my mom's house, and she always does this where sometimes she'll be like, do you want this? Do you want this?
Yeah, she's the best.
She has like a lot of clothes that she either like doesn't fit her anymore, or it's just like not her style anymore. Have in here
the Fariba special.
Yeah.
Okay, I want to tell you about the Ninja Creami because we finally used it. Okay, similar to the shark, people don't talk about how effing loud this thing is gonna be.
No way.
Like, it's so and I added Frere Rocher after. Matt did something similar, a few more ingredients, and he added Oreos, so it's kind of like a McFlurry.
Yum.
His was way better, not gonna lie. Mine was good, but his was like really good. But you have to freeze it for 24 hours. So it's not just like you're putting the ingredients, like put it in the freezer for like a few hours, come back to it. It's like you literally need like the whole day, which is kind of good because if you could just make ice cream like on the fly, that'd probably be really bad.
It's like a Sunday prep thing. Like
exactly.
you'll make like protein ice cream for the week.
Exactly.
Kind of
so then the next day, yeah, we did it. And like I said, when the machine was on, first it comes out and it's like, it's freaking frozen. It's like frozen liquid. And I'm like, how is this going to turn to ice cream? Like I feel like this maybe went wrong. Like I don't understand.
Okay.
Put it in. You have different like settings. So there's light ice cream, sorbet, smoothie, whatever you want to do. I did light ice cream. No, Matt did light ice cream and I did regular ice cream.
Okay.
Both of ours came out like so fluffy and so nice the first go. And then you're supposed to put a little hole in the middle and like add any ingredients that you want to do. So once I put my Ferrero Rocher in and I ran it through the machine again, I found it was like a bit more flaky and it wasn't as creamy anymore.
Okay.
So I think it would just be worth it to make it the first time and then just put your ingredients like on top. Like you don't really need to do that second cycle, I feel.
Okay.
Unless you really want it like mixed completely all the way through.
And how does it work? Like what kind of ingredients are you adding it to make it ice cream and not just...
I think the milk.
The milk. So there's no like gelatin or anything in
no,
the ice
there's
cream?
no gelatin in at least the ones that we did.
Okay.
Yeah, but some of them like call for like condensed milk or like full fat cream. Like it depends. Like we're trying to go like the healthier route because I mean like if I'm gonna do that, I'm just gonna go to McDonald's and get like an ice cream. I want it to be like protein. Anyway, they both turned out really good, but the only negative thing is It's a big tube of ice cream, or tub of ice cream, sorry. And we were pretty full. So we ate like a couple of bites and we're like, okay, we'll save it for later. Put it in the freezer. You can't just take it out and eat it again. It like freezes to a consistency that's not edible.
So you would have to spin it again? Or
So Matt spun his again and it didn't turn out the same.
Okay, so it's almost like you have to eat it that sitting.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it makes sense to just make one, like for like however many people like eat it. Like we didn't need one per person. Like we could have shared one easily.
Got you.
But he thinks that maybe mine might work if we put it on a different setting. I forget which one he did, but we'll try the opposite setting and see if maybe that will make it work for the second time.
Cool.
But otherwise, honestly, I'm super happy with it.
Yeah.
It's like sleek and sexy. It's not like this big bulky machine. Like it's skinny. It like can fit like tucked away, like where we keep our air fryer. Now we have the air fryer and the Ninja Creamy. So it's just
I
like
love the Ninjas.
We have
We have 2 air fryer, like a toaster air fryer with them, like that's also a toaster oven, and then we have a regular air fryer, and we have our blender that's also Ninja. Everything's Ninja. That's also a food processor attachment. It's so good.
It's so good.
It's so good.
We love Ninja.
Oh my God, you can make like some cool sorbets with like limoncello and like,
dude.
Oh my God, summer.
I know, like strawberry sorbet, like. Yeah, no, definitely gonna
the possibilities
explore the fruit side of it as well.
Yeah.
Get a little fruity.
Okay, well that's awesome. That's like a review pod now. We're just like,
you guys have to come over for ice cream.
Yes, please. Okay, lastly, before we actually get into like all the topics we have, we've been getting a lot of like messages from you guys, which is amazing. All the Saturdays are sending us like personal DMs, which we never get tired of.
Never. And like really like long, thoughtful ones. Not just like, hey, like good pod. Like really going in depth, like being like really specific, and it just was warming my heart.
Yeah,
it was so nice.
Shout out to anyone who's been sending us messages. We see you, we appreciate you, we love you, and it definitely motivates us to be like, sometimes you forget that I know we see the numbers of like listeners, but you forget it's just like a weird number on a screen. But then to hear like hey, like I listen to you guys every day when I walk my dog, or hey, I listen to you guys on the way to work, and it's like, oh, that's kind of nice.
That's so cool.
So cool.
Yeah, it never gets old. We love you guys.
We love you.
Okay, let's jump into random, because I have a random story that happened to me last night, and I want to know if this has ever happened to you before.
Go.
Okay, so last night I had a great night's sleep, except I woke up around like 4 a.m. and I was having like a server kind of nightmare dream. So the dream isn't like super relevant, but basically I was working at Joey again, but it wasn't Joey. And it was like this sushi restaurant. And I didn't know any of the names of any of the rolls. So people were like ordering sushi, and I like didn't know what to write down because I didn't understand like what rolls they were talking about. And I would go to the computer, and it was just a mess. So it was a server nightmare, which is funny because I also worked at Burt's that night. So, and I also made a big mistake at Burt's. So that's another story. So I had a server nightmare. I wake up from it. I'm like, oh, that's terrible. Go to the bathroom, go to bed. And then I have another dream, and I'm dreaming about teaching now. And I'm at my old school, but with my current coworkers, and I'm talking to Nina, who is my teaching partner, and I was telling Nina in my dream about my server nightmare dream.
Whoa, that's like some Inception shit.
Isn't that some Inception shit?
That's crazy.
I was telling her, I was like, oh my gosh, last night I had a server nightmare, and I was this and that, but I was dreaming. So I was talking about my dream in a dream, and I just thought that was so weird, and it's never happened to me before.
That's never happened to me before, where I'm telling a dream in a dream. But some crazy thing happened to me. Actually, this reminds me of like a story I don't think I've even told you. Literally 3 days ago, I wake up, like we're just having a normal morning, and Farza tells me that he had a weird dream about Shauna. Oh, not like Shauna's like, well, I didn't even text Shauna this actually, but he had a dream that he was at a work party with his coworkers, and it was like a Christmas party, and then Shauna was there, and he's like, why are you here, Shauna? Like, you don't work with me. And she's like, fuck that, like I'm just here to party. And she was like drinking pints, like partying with his coworkers, and his coworkers really liked Shauna. And then Far's just there like, why is Shauna here? Like, this is so random. Like,
still in the spotlight.
Anyway, so he wakes up and tells me this dream, and then I'm like, oh my God, I had a dream about Shauna too.
No,
like that night I had it was such a weird dream. I had a dream that we were like on our way to Italy, and she like forgot a bunch of stuff, and it was just like she was like inconveniencing everybody. We were like, Shauna, we have to go back for you because you forgot everything, and we kept like having to go back to the hotel. And it was it was just like a funny ass like coincidence that we both had this dream about her being in our dreams. And I'm like, this is so, I didn't even tell Shauna this. Shauna, if you're listening, this is so funny.
This is hilarious.
But yeah, I just thought that was so funny because I'm like,
What are the chances?
What are the freaking chances?
And you probably wouldn't have remembered that dream unless he had triggered that.
Exactly. Like it was one of those dreams that wasn't like, oh, I have to remember this dream.
Yeah.
It was also, you have like multiple dreams in a night.
Yeah.
You have like 3 or 4 dreams. It was definitely one of like the first dreams that I had. But anyway, I just thought that was so funny. And you reminded me of that.
Crazy. I love dreams. I love dreamceptions, inceptions. Just so wild.
So funny. Okay. Did you know that in this past year, Costco sold $9 billion worth of clothes?
Clothes only.
Clothes only.
I mean, I feel like we were a big contributor to that because everyone's in their Kirkland drip.
Yep. Not going to say we started that trend. They actually, $9 billion worth of clothing this year. And they actually beat a lot of large retailers, including Lululemon.
Stop.
Yes. So I'm going to read you some of the clothing retailers that they actually like beat out
oh my God,
with the sales this year. So Abercrombie and Fitch only sold $3 billion this past year.
Wearing their jeans.
Prada, $4 billion. Costco's killing it, man. Costco, drip. American Eagle, $5 billion.
Damn.
Yeah. Under Armour, almost $6 billion. Levi's, $6 billion.
Wow. I'm honestly surprised about all of these numbers.
Yep. Victoria's Secret, $6 billion.
Really?
Yes.
Oh, wow. They did well.
Ralph Lauren, like 6.5, and then Lululemon is 8.8, which is like Lululemon's huge
and so expensive.
So Costco's actually killing it in terms of
I love
clothing.
Costco.
Yeah.
Costco's just...
They've also come up with a lot of cool like dupes as well. I saw this girl posted this Lululemon dupe that they just brought in.
Okay, I think I've seen this on TikTok as well.
Yeah, and it's like a sweater that literally looks like the Lululemon's classic sweaters.
Yeah.
And it's like for $15.
Like,
honestly,
sold.
that's why I got I got fake Uggs from Costco for like $25. And they're just as nice as the regular Uggs.
Yeah, that's insane.
So I just want to tell you that. Also, when I was at Costco the other day, the cash register like told me about a Costco shopping tip that I did not know about. So if you're buying something and it ends in 97, so if it's like $15.97,
okay.
If it ends in 97, that means that Costco is actually going to get rid of it soon. And this is the last bit. So whatever they have in stock at that location, they're not going to restock.
Interesting.
So for example, I was buying this like hoodie. It was like a Adidas hoodie. And I asked her, I'm like, hey, can you check the price of this? I can't remember. And she's like, oh, it ends in 97. I think it's like $15.97. And she's like, that means this is it. Like if you don't buy it now, next time you're here, it won't be here. I'm like, what? And then she's like,
add to cart.
Yeah. She's like, oh, you didn't know the 97 rule? I'm like, no, I feel like most people don't know that about
I wonder
Costco.
if Richard knows this rule because he's there all the time.
So if it ends in 97, then Costco's going to get rid of it.
Okay.
So just buy it as much as you
Or it's going to be gone.
Or it's going to be gone. Yeah.
Damn.
Cool, eh?
I love these fun little Costco facts. Costco is killing it and I couldn't be happier for them.
Me too.
Okay. So I was also on TikTok recently and there's this trend going around. I don't know if you've heard of it. It's called like high or low features for makeup.
I've kind of seen it, but I don't know much about it.
Okay, so this is just a theory, and it's either you fit into a high visual category or a low visual category, and it depends on your facial features. And if you're high visual, it means that you look better with more like glam makeup, so more like just more looks good on you. And then low visual means like minimal to no makeup, kind of like clean girl aesthetic kind of vibes. So to try to figure out where you fall, it's kind of has to do with their features in comparison to the size of your face. Okay. So if you have high visual features, it means that maybe that you have like big eyes or bigger lips or bolder eyebrows and your face is a little bit smaller. So like when someone compliments you, they kind of like focus on certain things like, oh my God, you have such beautiful eyes, or oh my gosh, your lips, or like, oh, your cheekbones. Like you just have really striking features. Okay. So examples of people that would have this kind of high visual look would be like Kim Kardashian, Angelina Jolie. And another good tell to know if you're high visual is if the bold glamour filter doesn't look weird on you. Like it's like, oh, this looks actually like it looks so good on you.
I feel like we're like opposite, right? Because like
I think so.
Because you look better. I feel like when you're getting your makeup done, I remember for Camilla's wedding, you were like, I don't like too much makeup because I feel like you look crazy. Whereas I'm like, cake it on.
Yeah.
Like,
Every time I try and do a lot of makeup or I get my makeup done, I always don't like it. I'm always like, this doesn't look like me. It looks weird. And I do think I am more low visual. I don't think I have a big face though, which normally it's like so low visual. It's like you have more balanced features or a bigger face and smaller features.
I think you have just smaller feet. Like you have a small nose, but you have bigger lips. So I don't know.
I don't know. I don't know if I have big eyes.
You have like normal eyes.
I think I'm maybe just more balanced.
Yes.
Like it's not like everything is like small and big. It's just kind of
balance.
It's balanced. So someone that would be like a low visual example would be like Hailey Bieber or like Madison Beer.
Yeah.
I feel like I fall more under this category. Every time I put more makeup on, don't love it.
Yep.
And
and it's just like bold eyeshadows and stuff like that.
Yeah, just
right?
like darker, more like just the full glam look. Like you look obviously look good with like no makeup, but you can rock like
I feel
full
like
face like all the time. Like you just look.
I feel like stunning. It's the eyebrows too. Like eyebrows really make a difference.
Yeah,
like
I
having
think they
like
do.
Strong like dark eyebrows.
Yeah, because if you have a lot on your eyes and then your eyebrows are like small, it just wouldn't really. It would look weird.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I just thought that was kind of cool.
That's good to know because then you can like change. Maybe you've been doing it wrong all these years.
Exactly.
You know? So.
And some of the girls on TikTok that have been talking about it, they'll do like one side of their face one way and one the other. And depending on their features, you can kind of tell like which side looks better, you know? So everyone that I've been seeing doing it kind of makes sense for them. So I can post a TikTok on our
really
Instagram
like that.
so people can
that's awesome.
check it out.
Okay. Also, speaking of TikTok, have you been seeing that clean girl is out and mob wife aesthetic is in?
I've been seeing mob girl. Yes.
Oh my God. I just think this is another reason why you should not be purchasing things based on trends.
Yes.
Because let me tell you, by the time you got whatever you're buying, it's already gone to the next trend. So yeah. Apparently fur coats like leopard print or cheetah print or animal print, leather, like headbands, dark shadow,
smoky
just like
eyes,
smoky
dark
eye.
lips.
Yeah, like we're channeling
these
Carmela
are like
Soprano here.
Yes, these are high visual girlies.
Yeah.
I feel
there's like the low visual girlies are like, wait, hold on. We want the clean girl.
Yeah, no, I've been seeing that on TikTok and.
It's just so
girlies
funny.
look good in it. I love it. Yeah. Honestly, ever since New Year's, like when everyone was rolling up with like fur and stuff, I'm like, dude, I love that look.
Love it.
That's sick.
So sick.
A fur vest. I feel like that would be fucking cool.
Yes. Oh my God. And that's also why I'm like, there's a lot of things where I've like kept where I'm like, oh, this is out of style, but like I just don't want to throw it out because I feel like it might come back.
It always recycles. Fashion trends always recycle. We're seeing that with like the skinny jeans were out and then the big baggy pants are in, and that was so 90s, and then like low waisted is back in, and then it's gonna be high waisted and this and that. It's like I don't want to throw my shit out, but I'm also like, where do I put it?
Where do I put all my stuff? Yeah.
It's so annoying.
And also, have you seen you obviously just saw Jeremy Allen White's Calvin Klein campaign? Have you seen about that?
Who's Jeremy Allen?
So Jeremy Allen White he was on the show Bear, but he was also on what's that show? I used to watch it all the time.
I don't even know what the Bear is. Why do I feel like I'm under a rock
this guy, you've never seen him? He's
no.
Like, he was in The Bear, but he was also in Shameless.
Oh, I remember the movie The Bear.
It's a show. It's a show.
Oh,
it's a cooking show. You're like,
I was thinking about it was actually Leonardo DiCaprio. Remember that one with the bear?
Yes. No, that's not it.
Wait, was he the bear?
No. But anyway, he's like, I think he's like okay, like he's not the best looking, but he's like
okay.
Cute. He has like a cute face. But anyway, he did this Calvin Klein campaign and it just blew the F up. And it was so funny because he just won all these Emmys. Look at the Calvin Klein campaign. And guys, if you haven't seen it, go Google it. Yeah, go Google it.
Looks way stronger.
Anyway, he did this Calvin Klein campaign and he just won the Emmys. Just happened, and he won a bunch of Emmys. And all of the interviews were asking him about the Calvin Klein campaign. And he's like, he's so awkward. He's like, and it's so funny because he just like won all these Emmys and no one's asking.
Like, acknowledge my talent, not my muscles. I'm not a piece of meat for y'all.
Funny. So funny. But
oh my gosh.
Yeah, I just had to bring that up because this guy, he's looking good. Okay,
wait, speaking of like TV and movies, I did watch Saltburn, by myself.
Okay, I watched it by myself too. Aren't you kind of happy you did though? Because there were so many weird scenes.
I'm so glad. Matt was out, and I was like, I think I'm gonna watch Saltburn, and he's like, ooh. I'm like, do you think you're gonna want to watch it? And he's like, probably not. Like, send it. I'm like, okay. I'm closing the blinds, closing like all the curtains. Like, no one can see inside because I know this is gonna be fucking weird. I watched it. The storyline, I will say, the storyline is really cool. It's definitely like a thriller twist storyline, but just like the weird sexual scenes were so unnecessary. And every time I was watching one of them, I'm like, imagine filming this in front of a group of like people of like a full cast. Like, that is just so weird to me.
Imagine you didn't know what this movie is about, and you're like, we're watching it with your in-laws or your parents,
anyone, or like a new relationship, or honestly anyone,
or
like
in theaters. I feel like I would still feel awkward.
Oh my god, that on the full screen would have been. I would have probably have left some of those scenes. I had to fast forward. I would probably fast forward all the same scenes because I was like, I can't watch this. It's too weird.
Yeah.
But then a really funny connection was the dad of Felix.
Yeah.
Jacob Elordi, his dad, was the guy who played Spice Girls like manager in Spice World.
Stop.
Do you see it now? Like, he's so old now.
I have to rewatch the movie. I haven't seen it in years.
But their like manager, I forget his name, is the guy that was the dad. And I was just like, well, how do I know this guy? And then I Googled it. I'm like, oh my God, he's in Spice World. I'm like, what a different kind of movie.
So different. So different.
Yeah, I don't think I would watch it again.
No.
I think it's going to win a bunch of awards though.
I think it is too. I think nowadays, I feel like if you want to do well in the movie industry, you have to just go like, very crazy.
Yeah, push the boundaries.
Otherwise, no one talks about your movie if it's not.
It's true. That's
so
just
crazy,
it, right? People are talking about it.
Yeah.
I just felt like people could have still talked about it without like some of these scenes.
Yeah,
I'm not going to even say what they're too much. But yeah, watch it alone in a room where the blinds are shut and your neighbors aren't going to knock on the door. And no one can see your TV.
Yeah.
Or people are going to be like, what the fuck
hell are you watching?
That's freaking weird.
So funny. Oh my God. Okay. Speaking of shows and stuff, there's this show that I haven't actually talked about on the pod that I watched, I feel like a few months ago now. It's called Tell Me Lies.
I've been hearing about this.
Okay. I believe there's only one season out, but the second season should be dropping in 2024. It's a really good, like, drama. It gives off Euphoria vibes a little bit, not as like crazy as Euphoria, but definitely like there's a lot of drama, and there's a crazy twist at the end of season 1 that I'm not even gonna get into because you just have to, because my jaw was literally on the floor.
Oh my gosh,
like
love that.
The last episode of that season, but it's good. Like the acting's good. Again, there's a lot of sex scenes that are a little bit unnecessary in my opinion. It's just kind of like when you're watching something alone and you're just watching all these sex scenes, it just feels like you're just like watching porn. You're like, this is a little bit weird. Like,
you're like, how am I supposed to feel right now?
I don't know. And they're long and you're like, this is like a little uncomfortable. Even maybe I'm weird and I don't want to watch like 5-minute sex scenes. You know what I mean? You're just kind of sitting there. You're like, especially if you're by yourself, you're just like, all right. Like,
also, it's like I kind of would more enjoy. It's like, you know, when like a scene kind of starts and then it like fades away. It's like more to the imagination. You know, it's like, okay, what happened? Or
no, this was not like that. It would just show more and more and more, and you're like, okay, like God, I have things to do. Like I'm gonna fast forward through this, but no, it is a really good show. I would definitely recommend it. And if you're also looking for another show that's maybe not as sexual, The Morning Show is on Apple TV and it has Reese Witherspoon as well as Jennifer Aniston. And it's
what a combo.
Such a good show. The season 3 finale just happened. I watched it and it's honestly, the show is really good. And it's with the times.
Yeah.
Like, so it's about like literally like a TV broadcasting like morning show, evening news, you know.
Are they anchors?
They're anchors, yeah. And it like when COVID happened, they integrated COVID into it, and like they integrate like things that are actually happening in the world into the show. So it's actually really cool to watch.
That's awesome.
Like,
that's impressive.
Yeah. Because you're like, wait, this actually just happened and now it's in this show. You know?
That's actually really impressive that they're writing it, filming it, and editing it and releasing it all within that time span.
Yeah. So
there's no other show like that.
There is no, yeah.
That's
so
cool.
definitely recommend watching that. And yeah, Love Island All Stars just started as well. So definitely watch that.
Okay. I've never watched an All Stars.
So I think that this is the first season.
Okay.
Like, yeah.
They're taking the feedback from Love Island Games.
I think people are just like, wow, we just like love Love Island Games because people were, because you already know these people from past seasons.
Yes. You have connections. You've formed relationships with them.
Exactly. And they're not awkward on camera because they've already done this before.
And it's like the creme de la creme, you know? It's like they're bringing the drama, they're bringing the vibes, they're bringing the like abs and
they're bringing exes in, like people who have just broken up and now they're both in the villa and it's crazy. So
is Chloe on it? I feel like she would be good on it.
No, she's not.
Okay.
Yeah, no, it's really good. So far, it's only been 2 episodes, so who knows? Maybe they'll. But Toby's back on it.
Toby, okay. Yeah. He's on like everyone now. I actually really like him though.
Yeah, he's funny.
Yeah, he's funny, but he gets really butthurt really fast.
Yeah,
like him and Sally, I felt like he overreacted a lot.
Yep, he does.
Okay, I can't wait to watch that on my treadmill.
Honestly,
it's right in front of our big ass TV downstairs. So
and there's every day there's a new episode, so you'll literally always have an episode to watch.
Amazing. I feel like I should make a rule. I should be like, I can only watch it if I'm on the tread.
That's what I'm trying to do because I'm like. Yeah, might as well.
Yeah.
We love it.
Okay, tell me about the Ace family because I didn't really know them, but this is like a big deal.
Yeah, so I think it was just a few days ago actually, the Ace family, which is like a 3-4 person family on YouTube. It's a husband and wife and then 2 kids. I think it's 2 kids, maybe it's 3 now, I don't know. They have a YouTube channel.
Yeah.
They had like millions of subscribers and they didn't start off as like a family channel. It was like the girl's actually Catherine, the wife, she's actually from Montreal, Canada. Yeah, and the Austin McBroom or whatever. Anyway, so they've been doing YouTube for like 10 years at least.
Wow, they got in at the sweet spot.
Yeah, they have a big following and then they're pretty much just a family channel. And they just announced that they're getting a divorce, which... Honestly, I'm not surprised because there was so much speculation that the guy was actually cheating on her and all this stuff, and he was just like not a good guy.
Yeah.
So I'm not really surprised, but it's obviously still so sad and like
also it's a lot to like put your family like on YouTube like for everyone to just like watch and critique and like give their opinions like all the time. I feel like as much as you try to not let that bother you,
and to get like their kids to do cute things because then they would get more views and it's just like I don't know, it just seems like a weird way to make money.
Also like sometimes people talk about how like like people are putting their babies and their kids like all over social media, but it's like I know it's silly, like they don't have their consent and like who knows when they grow up older, like are you gonna want to be 18 years old and have like videos of you all across the internet from ages like 0 to like 10? Like that would be kind of weird to like grow up and then just have your shit like all over the internet. You didn't really get a say in that.
Exactly. You know? It is really weird.
So glad I wasn't born like during this time at all.
I know, it's
like
even
we
weird,
were in the
like
sweet spot.
Gonna be weird like posting pictures of your kid. Like I feel like it's gonna be weird to
I
just
don't know.
have like
I'm not sure what I'm gonna do.
I know.
I'll have to figure out when I have a kid, but a part of me at first it's like, of course I'm gonna want to post them, but then I'm also like, there's so many random people that follow you and it's just like I don't know.
It is kind of weird. Yeah,
I'm not sure what I'm gonna do. I'll have to wait and see.
I used to think it was weird when people would like cover their babies' faces with emojis, but now
I get it more
like,
now.
I get it.
I get it more now.
I also just say there's some weird people out there. There are some.
I think there are
freaky people.
Yeah,
and I don't want
some saltburn ass people in this world, man. Some what's his name? Some Olivers in this world. That's named ruined now.
Yeah, seriously. Oh my god. Okay, let's go into some red flags.
Yes, okay, we have a couple.
Like, yes. Okay. I was watching. There's this guy on TikTok, and his whole page is talking about how people in the royal family and people like the queen would eat certain things. It's so lame. Anyway, it shows him cutting a banana with a knife and fork, because apparently in the royal family you can't just eat a banana like a banana. You have to cut into it and eat it with a fork.
Dude, I bet you they think because it's like a banana, they're like, oh, it's too like sexual, like you can't eat a banana like that, like it's too like
God.
It's not proper.
It's not proper. Yeah. But anyway, yeah, they eat bananas with a knife and fork. And I thought that's
so
the biggest red flag.
That's just like the nacho thing.
No, it's just weird.
Some foods are meant to be eaten with your hands. Pizza, hands. Unless it's like the kind of pizza where it's like you can't like lift it up. It's gonna like flop over and it's like messy. You're eating that with your hands. Nachos, hands. Like
burrito, hands.
Burrito, hand. Oh my.
Burrito. If you're eating a
someone,
burrito with a knife and fork, no.
Even like cutting your burger in half, I'm kind of like,
why?
Did you have to do that? Like, what's the reason?
Yeah.
You know?
No,
that is really weird. Okay. Also, every time I walk Stark down Featherston, there's this one house where you can like see right into their like dining room, and they've painted it red. So imagine eating dinner every night, and this is like red.
Not like dark, like maroon.
No, this is like bright ass red. It's like a red room, and it's just like a very like maximalist looking room as well. Like it's very busy, and I feel like if I ate dinner in a red room every night, I would be like just not.
My eyes
angry.
would hurt.
Yeah, I feel like having a red room is a red flag.
Yeah.
Like unless it's like a nice burgundy or like I don't know, fits the aesthetic, but this is a bright like red, like your slippers, like those hearts.
Oh my God, no,
like that's
painful.
painful.
That is so weird. No, you can't do that. No,
that's fucking weird.
Also, I just think it's so weird, and I've definitely done this before. But if you're the type of person that immediately when you start crying, you grab your phone and take a video of yourself or take pictures of yourself, like always. I get it if you're just like, hi, like you're snapping your friends, like, oh my God, I just saw this video. That's different. I'm talking about like there are some people that all they do is they cry and then they almost like have to document that they cried. And I think that's a little bit strange. Like even like Alex Earl she always posts like pictures of herself crying for her episodes. I'm like, why do you have like 16 photos of you crying? I don't have a single photo of me saved on my phone, just like bawling my eyes out. I don't think
I've ever done that.
Yeah.
I wouldn't like be crying because I almost feel like it's not real emotion then. If I'm like crying and then I'm like, gotta take a photo, I feel like I don't know. Yeah. Who am I doing that for?
The only way that would be okay is if you're like snapping your friends. You're like, oh my God, I saw this video of this dog and I'm crying. Like that's funny. But if you're like actually crying because something bad happened to you and like the first reaction that you have is like grabbing your phone to take a picture of yourself, I feel like that's weird.
Or a video.
I feel like that's a little strange.
Post it all over the internet. So weird.
It is weird, no?
That's a red flag too as well.
I don't know.
Yeah. Use your Kleenex, not your phone. Okay, yesterday I was just seeing a bunch of personalized license plates and I feel like that's a cringy red flag. Like, why are you paying money to personalize something to say like
too cool for school
or
Hot Wheels?
Yeah. There's like so many ridiculous ones. I'm like, just give me the CR45962. Like, I don't care. Also, I want to look into how much people are paying for this because I feel like it's not.
It's like per year.
Cheap.
It's like per $80 a year at least
to have this personalized license plate.
I know it is weird.
Also, it pisses me off. At least if you're gonna do it, make it make sense. Sometimes people do them and it's like this cryptic code, and I'm like they're like squinting, trying to like figure out like what they short formed and what it actually is, and then I'm just even more mad. I'm like, you picked a stupid one. Like,
or if you have
make
like,
it make sense.
People who just like have any accessories on their car, like a flag,
or
God. Like those cars that have like
the family stickers,
or like the eyelashes. Like,
oh my God,
those
on the
Beatles, they have like eyelashes. I'm like, what is going on?
I hate that.
No.
Or they put like reindeer like stuff around Christmas time.
One time I saw the sticker families, with the ones that's like
sticker families.
The sticker families, but clearly this family was like broken up because the dad was like taken off and it was just like the mom with the kids and the dog, and like you could see that there was a dad there, but it had been scratched off.
Oh my God,
and
savage.
I died. I was like, wait, this is actually kind of funny.
That's hilarious. I accept that one because that's so funny.
The mom's like, nope,
not in this car.
And then the dad just has a sticker by himself, like.
Okay, also, what's up with baby on board stickers? What if you have a baby? Like, what am I gonna do different? Oh, I'm not gonna crash into your car now. Like, I'm probably not gonna crash into any car.
Baby on board, honk.
Baby on board, like, oh, go ahead. Like, what?
I don't get it.
Why do you? I don't get it.
I don't get it either. Just any sticker on your car, like. Just no.
I have no stickers on my cars.
No, it just makes it look trashy.
I can't think of a single sticker I would want to put on my car.
No.
It would just ruin it.
Maybe an ISP sticker, but that's about
maybe an ISP sticker.
Pickles.
But that's it. Nothing else.
That's it. And the last thing, I was listening to like it was actually Call Her Daddy. She had Trisha Paytas on just this recent episode.
That was a good one.
And she was talking about how she pays for songs. And I'm like,
isn't she rich as fuck?
Yeah, and she talked about this on another like clip I've seen it where she talks about how she pays for every individual song.
No,
I'm like, bruh, if you're
on what platform?
Why if you're still paying for songs and you don't just have like Apple Music or Spotify is way better. But if you have Apple Music, that's fine. But if you're paying for each individual song, then you're listening to 10 songs. Like you don't have many songs.
That's so ridiculous. That's like back when we used to pay for ringtones.
Yes.
What even platform would she be using to do that? That's so like I have no archaic. Idea.
So weird.
That is so weird.
Or like paying for individual movies that you're only watching once. Like I just feel like that's weird.
Yeah, like sometimes when you're on on Amazon Prime or Netflix, or not Netflix, but Amazon Prime will have this like, oh, like rent for $9.99. I'm like, why am I paying $9.99 to rent this movie one time?
For like to watch it once. I know we used to do that at Blockbuster, but that was for the experience. Like you would go there.
Blockbuster.
Do you remember that?
Going in, like renting a movie, like grade 6 with your besties, and like
you had a sleepover, and that was like part of it was just going to Blockbuster.
And then there's like the room with like the curtain. It's like adults only, and you're like, oh my god, like what's in there?
Oh my god,
triple X Buster.
Kids will never know these days.
They'll never know.
And you would just be standing there, and there was no trailer to watch. Like you would just literally be looking at like the wall of movies. You would pick it up, you'd look at the back, and all you would have is like the quick synopsis, and like that's it.
And then like you had to make sure you returned it in time, or you'd get like a late fee, or you'd get like banned from Blockbuster if you didn't return your movies.
Wow,
oh my god,
nostalgic, so good. Yeah, I think that was all of our red flags, but
send us some red flags if you have any.
Yeah, send us some red flags because I feel like we're always like down for that.
Should we do a quick add to cart because we haven't done that in a while?
Yes, I have some. I definitely have some.
I have one too.
Okay. I actually recently got the thing on Amazon that I feel like a bunch of people on TikTok have been posting where it's literally just like a thing that goes around your head. I don't even know what they're called, like a cap, and you put it in the fridge and it gets cold, or you can put it in the freezer and you like put it over your head for migraines, and it like I don't know, fits over your head. I got that and it's so good for hangovers. It's pretty much like dunking your head in the bowl of ice water.
Tracy gave me this in my stocking for Christmas. It's not like a cap. It's more like a really big eye mask that would go from like here all the way down. And it like has Velcro to like strap onto your head. And it's kind of tight, which is nice because it like pushes on your eyes. Yes. And you put it in the fridge. It's so nice. That after New Year's Eve was
honestly
clutch.
So nice. I would recommend, we can post these on our Instagrams, but that one for just like hangovers, or if you get really bad migraines, or you just need a break. Like even like I wasn't hungover, like didn't have a headache, but just like going to bed and like putting that on, it just like signals to your brain like, oh, this is bedtime. Like there's no sensories getting in, like there's no light, there's no nothing, like lights out, like time for bed. Yes,
love that.
100%.
Also guys, if you aren't on the speed charger train yet, like what are you doing? If you're using a regular charger and it's taking 3 hours to charge your phone, stop, go to Amazon, find a speed charger for $15, add it to your cart, and your phone can literally be fully charged within like 15 minutes.
It's so much
like
better.
From 0 to 100.
Yeah.
Like who has time?
Especially nowadays, I find like my phone, my watch, it's always like dying because we're using it a lot more for like the pod and things.
Yes.
It just dies so quickly. So having a speed charger is clutch, and also for traveling. Yeah. So good. So just bringing it with you.
100%.
Also portable battery is something you definitely need for.
I used to have one when I lived in Korea. Those were like such the thing. Like everyone always had a portable little battery, and I don't know where all of mine went. But I need to get one of those, especially for when we're in Italy and we're traveling. Yeah. Because we're going to be out like all day.
Out all day. Yeah. We got one from Amazon. It's not too big. It can like fit in your purse.
Oh, you got one? Okay. Send me the link. I'm going to add to cart.
Add to cart, baby. Let's go. Oh my God. Wow. That flew by. I feel like we had so many topics.
I have so much more left to talk about, but we'll just have to wait, guys. We'll wait till next week. Hope you have a good Saturday, Sunday, Monday, whatever day it is.
Whatever day. And yeah, let us know if you listen this week. Always feel free to send us a personalized DM because we love seeing them. Also, guys, if you have any like topics you want us to talk about, never like be afraid. Just literally like DM us. You don't even need to say like, hi, my name. You could just be like pickles or whatever the heck you want us to talk about. We'll talk about it.
We could do a pickle review episode. That would be sick.
Oh my God, to have like all these different types of pickles.
That could actually be really fun.
Oh my God. Okay.
All right. Until next
guys.
week, we love you guys.
Love you guys.
Bye.